The urge to challenge the great urban invention, the skyscraper, became an obsession. From out of this era of tall buildings emerged a new phenomenon, the human fly.
And using no ropes or safety equipment, this new form of climbing is known as urban free solo.
He is a legend in the climbing world. He is renowned nationally. When you say to any climber who is the man when it comes to climbing the world's tallest buildings without a rope, then there's only really one name on the tip of everyone's tongue.
Using just chalk and a pair of climbing shoes, this man has already scaled 80 of the world's tallest megastructures.
Kristen steals her nerves. And leaps. Her chute opens. But then, a blast of wind. Kristen tries to change direction. It's a crushing jolt. The Daredevils' chute remains open. But her nightmare is far from over. Her chute is caught on a platform 30 stories up. Kristen's not moving. She's unconscious.
Impossible. He said, well, I want to string a wire between the two World Trade Center towers.
I knew he was a nut or a con man or something.
As a child, I loved to climb. Nobody could stop me.
If you want something, nothing is impossible.
He told me he was a French journalist. It's impossible, that's sure. So let's start working.
There's 200 feet between the towers.
And there were going to be some guys in the North Tower.
The whole idea would be that Jean-Louis would send the arrow from one building to another.
What?
We just weren't ready. I didn't want to be liable for the death of a friend.
Why did you do this?
Police took a humorless view of the act.
Why did you do it?
There is no why.
In 1976, Morrisburg, Canada was the site of the greatest car stunt ever performed. This event was known as the Super Jump. Stuntman Kenny Powers would attempt the longest car jump in history. His goal was to jump the St. Lawrence River. The distance would be 1 mile. An 8.5-story ramp was constructed for his rocket-powered Lincoln Continental. Once the car would leave this ramp, it would sail 1 mile over the river and land on Ogden Island in the state of New York. As the final seconds ticked away, Powers' young wife became anxious. Would this be the last stunt he would ever perform?
3, 2, 1.
Powers' jump was unsuccessful. As rescuers reached the car, Powers was freeing himself from the special harness. But nobody knew the extent of his injuries. His car disintegrated in midair and landed in the river.
I believe it's possible to fly as a bird. And here I am. You can look this device over. It appears heavy. It's light.
May 14th, 2008, Yves Rossi from Switzerland, the first man on Earth to fly with wings under his own rocket power. Congratulations, Yves. This is so cool. 1 for you, 0 for NASA.
It's lonely out in space.
such a timeless flight.
I don't read the newspapers because they all have ugly print. Check me out. Check me out.
At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday.
He was Elvis, but on wheels. He spilt real blood, shattered real bones. And for one moment, he had the world on the edge of their seats.
Turd J. Hackinson's on top of that peak right there. It's called 7601. I think that's how high it is, 7,000. It's going to be a first descent.
It's really gnarly up there. I mean, it's looking 60 degrees at the top just to get on the chute.
This stage, I'm in a place I've never been. I'm down to meet you here.
Oh my God, he's hauling ass.
The female's doing a great suffocation bite, but she's missed it by a bit. She wants to move it over a little bit right here so that there's no air going through it at all.
I never knew that a kid like me could take his mic around the world and flash the big ass ding and rock the masses. From Madrid to Calabasas, Tijuana, Mexico, through the Devils in Tokyo.